You know someone like this. Maybe it's your cousin, maybe it's your old college friend. They don't post, not a single Instagram photo, not a Facebook update, nothing. And when you ask them why, they just shrug and say, "I don't really feel the need," and you nod. But quietly, in the back of your mind, you start wondering, are they depressed? Are they hiding something? Or have they actually figured out something that the rest of us haven't? Because I've been studying this, and what I found completely changed how I think about my own phone. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. When you post on social media, you are not sharing your life. You are managing your image. A study published in Computers and Human Behavior found that the single biggest psychological driver behind posting is something called impression management, which is just a scientific way of saying that every caption, every photo, every story is a carefully constructed signal designed to control how other people see you. You are not documenting moments. You are building a character, and you are waiting, sometimes desperately, for an audience to approve of that character. Now think about the person who completely opts out of that system. What does that actually mean about them? Researchers have identified 3 very different types of non-posters, and they could not be more different from each other. The first type has an unusually powerful internal sense of self. They don't need 300 likes to confirm that their vacation was good. They already know it was good. They were there. For them, posting doesn't feel like sharing. It feels like handing something private to an audience that hasn't earned it. These are people with genuine psychological boundaries, and those boundaries are a sign of strength, not withdrawal. The second type is actually the most common and the least talked about. These are people who desperately want to share, but their nervous system won't let them. The fear of posting something and hearing silence back, of being seen and then judged, of putting their life on display and watching it underperform, that fear is physically paralyzing. So they scroll, they watch everyone else, but they never step into the light themselves. And that quiet invisibility slowly costs them more than they realize. But the third type, this is the one that should make you stop and think. These are people who researchers describe as having genuine autonomy from external validation. They have built a life where their sense of worth, their sense of connection, their sense of meaning comes entirely from the inside out. Deep, real friendships. Work that actually matters to them. A relationship with themselves that doesn't need an audience to survive. They are not on social media because they have found something that social media is trying to simulate, and they found the real version of it. And here's where the science gets genuinely uncomfortable. A landmark study from the University of Pennsylvania found that cutting social media down to just 10 minutes a day caused significant drops in loneliness and depression. 10 minutes. Another study found that even passively scrolling without posting was consistently linked to higher envy, more social comparison, and lower overall well-being. The people who aren't posting are, in most cases, also not endlessly consuming. And that one quiet habit is protecting their mental health in ways they don't even fully understand yet. We live in a world where people photograph their food before they eat it, where vacations are planned around what will look good on a grid, where human beings are increasingly experiencing their own lives through a screen rather than through their own senses. In that world, choosing not to post is no longer just a personality quirk. It is one of the most radical acts of psychological self-preservation a person can make. It is saying, this moment belongs to me. I don't need to broadcast it for it to be real. I don't need the proof. I already know my life has value. The person in your life who doesn't post is not missing out. The research is very clear on this. In most cases, they have already learned the lesson that the rest of us are still paying, in attention, in anxiety, and in time, to figure out. A life lived fully has never needed an audience.